Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. It's officially winning time in the NFL. In today's wildcard matchup, victory is the only option for these two teams. It's the Packers going up against the Seahawks. So let's get you up to Central Link Field in Seattle. On the call, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Here's the offensive unit coming out onto the field in just a moment. Randall Cobb, very good at wideout.
Went to college to be a quarterback. Discovered his talents couldn't be limited to one position. He's a 1,000-yard receiver every year for his quarterback.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Their dangerous wide receiver, 68 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, it shifts past him. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his first pass is incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And now it's 2nd down. The starters for the Seahawks of Seattle on the offensive side. Charles, they could use a big game from Thomas Rawls.
And they really love what they got out of him last year because an undrafted player is not supposed to give you nearly 6 yards of carry in production. And that's exactly what he did. They need a...
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Big sack on 2nd down. Now the offense needs to convert here on 3rd.
Here we go. 38.
The rookie Boykin to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got him in, complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 48 yards.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
Come on, let's go.
Now the rookie Boykin. And he fires one incomplete. And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
Clay Matthews is an absolute force. Multiple Pro Bowls as an outside linebacker. He can swing inside and create the same havoc.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And they'll run it here. They find some open field here. And he's brought down. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
They go play action here on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
When you say the name Richard Sherman, you get a wide variety of reactions. All I know is that when I watch him play, very few false steps, an excellent understanding of what offenses are trying to do.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, the hit sure looks like a simple route, but I think the issue with it is a lot of time when you're making that play, you're actually working your way back inside towards traffic where the big guys are coming from inside out, whether it's defensive ends or linebackers. And a lot of the time, instead of securing the pass, your eyes might stray towards the middle and wonder where the big hit's going to come from.
That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? And almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Complete. Richardson has it. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go.
Out of the gun now on third down. It's caught outright by Graham. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Rolls the lone man in the backfield. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The rookie Boykin to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Here we go.
Back to the ground attack. It's Rawls. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Quentin Rollins there on the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Here we go.
Now the rookie Boykin. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They're going to look to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round. Let's go.
Now back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Looking to throw. That's caught at the 1. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kevin White from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
2nd down following the incompletion. They'll come out in the pistol.
Easy. 318.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. This is Cobb with a catch right side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a little floater there is incomplete. Well, the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down, 3rd and 5.
Let's go. 190. 190.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catches. Hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
Now a handoff here to his running back, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Time to step aside. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on third down. Rodgers looking to throw under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do.
Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They come out here in the eye, and they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And on the ground they go with a running back. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll make it third down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And, boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Touchdown, Packers. Their dangerous wide receiver with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And what do you think goes on here in this? Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Shift together here from the D-line.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Now the rookie Boykin. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Second down now after the incompletion.
Ohio! Ohio!
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Flex round!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They slot Gronkowski outright.
Come on, let's go!
The rookie Boykin to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go!
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it go again. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! What? Nice!
Back to throw again. He's going to try and go deep again. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. So after the INT, it's Rodgers surveying the field. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
He's going to sling this deep and got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to go up top again. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A big play there as time expires in the first half. And the Packers add on to their lead.
Did I just see all of that happen? Did I just see the pass, the catch in the end zone for a touchdown, the clock go to zeros? All we've got now is the peak.
And never mind, Larry. These two teams apparently anxious to get back at it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to take another shot here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Now they try the right side here. Muscles him off. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on third down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
That's fielded in the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Let's go! Flex round!
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. A gain of 39 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. That'll bring up second down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on, because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And
his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it? Touchdowns. I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. 98 yards. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? One receiver left, 3 to the right. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. Call
it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Throwing now is Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina...
Down the numbers. There he goes. Always got a little daylight. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Packers are pouring it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So the D-line's going to spread out. They slot Gronkowski out right.
Here we go!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Complete. Richardson has it. A very solid gain of 27. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. It's a gain of 14 there. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Here we go!
The rookie Boykin to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up 1st downs.
Now the rookie Boykin. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 17 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Let's go! White 90! White 90! Flex round! Flex round!
Again, he'll drop to throw. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Here we go. What? 90. Ohio.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They'll look to throw. That's caught at the one. And he is in for a Seattle touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver from a yard out. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Now Hausch can attack on the extra point. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Hauschken out to send this one away following the score. Here comes Cobb. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it second and short.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
319, 158.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a bold strike right there, taking it downfield and putting some air on it. But how about the coverage? Able to get his hands across the receiver and bat the ball down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And the back goes into motion. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on, like, the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind. But he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Here we go!
They go play action here on 1st down. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Come on,
now the rookie Boykin. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target, and it's third down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. They slot Gronkowski outright.
let's go.
The rookie Boykin to throw. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Here we go.
Back to throw again. Complete. Richardson has it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Let's go.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. He'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And it's ha-ha Clinton Dix with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. They come out here in the eye.
319.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Seattle, so long, everybody.